All right, I guess it's my turn with the varsity kiddos. I'm not one to write speeches, I just kind of wing it. So I know that scares Coach Larson and Coach Iglesias because they say I get a little windy. I know the girls think that as well. But anyway, what we're doing, I'm going to introduce all the girls after I talk about the season a little bit, and then we'll talk about the all-district stuff and as well as our team awards. Obviously, we have a lot to celebrate this year with the success of getting back to the playoffs for the first time in 12 years. Go ahead and give yourself an applause. You know, the season started a little bit differently this year with 2 schools added, and so we had to start our first game with district. And so we opened the season with Cinco Ranch, and you know that one inning kind of kicked us in the mouth, and we, I didn't know how we'd really react from it, because we had taken care of them the year before. But the girls bounced back in our next district game against Seven Lakes, beat a really good pitcher, and I think that was the time we kind of realized, hey, we have something special here, and we can. I think we can make a push to that goal of getting to the playoffs. We had 15 non-district games, and out of those 18. My math is bad. I played 33 games, 17 games. Okay. So anyway, but my point is we went 8-8 in the non-district games we had, and if you had asked me at the beginning of the year, based on the opponents we saw, I would have not been real happy with that record after facing those folks. Then come to find out, 13 of those games were against teams that made it to the playoffs. And so I think that kind of got us ready for something, it got us a little bit more battle tested than I thought we were going to be, based on when I saw the non-district schedule at the beginning of the year. And, we kind of rode that for a while. We did pretty well on the first day of the Spring Branch tournament, did pretty well on the first day of the Lamar Consolidated tournament, and then, we just had a hard time of staying consistent, and we find a way to screw it up on that Saturday. And so I think, we were as coaches, we're trying to figure out, or we're trying to instill in our girls was just some consistency. We would play really well one game, and then the next game we just kind of lay an egg. And it didn't help that we weren't healthy all year. I think it wasn't until the May Creek game that we had everybody back from day one, because that killer vacuum. Had one of our players out. And what happens is when you're missing 1 or 2 or even 3 girls like we did, during the season, it's a domino effect. You're putting kids in places that they're normally not working on in practice, and, mistakes are made during a game. And that showed a little bit in some crucial times this year. But we finally got everybody back, and we, after what I guess all of us would say was the low light after losing that game to Morton Ranch. In the next game, we played May Creek, and they were sitting at the time tied for second, and we took care of them. And you could see the confidence in our girls from that game. It was one of those things where like, hey, we're all healthy, and I think we compete pretty good. I know we were really good defensively, and then we started to play a little bit better. And next thing you know, we're at 4-7 after that Morton Ranch game, and we pretty much know if we lose one more game, we're done for the season. And didn't quite sell it to the girls that way. I kind of said, we have a little wiggle room, but anyway, and that's exactly what happened. We had to win 6 games in a row, and we did that. And that included over the number 3 team in the state, that red team over there on the other side of town. Um, and as proud as I am of that game with the girls, it was the next day having to play Tompkins, who was also sitting ahead of us, and to watch our girls just flat out beat them, just dominate. And that's when I thought, okay, we're ready for this. And it's a testament to what these girls, their skill level is. I mean, we knew we were pretty talented at the beginning of the year. We talked about it as coaches, and it's just a matter of, getting everybody to buy in. There were some times where we had some little drama, but there at the end, I think hopefully going into next year, they could see when they're all playing together and on the same team, what they can do as a team. And I know that we're going to miss a few girls. We have 4 seniors that have contributed to this program the last 4 years, and we appreciate that. But I think we still have a good nucleus coming back, and I want the girls coming back to understand that we need to improve on the expectation now that these seniors have laid on, that have given us, is to not only get to the playoffs but go from there. I really felt we lost to a really good George Ranch team in the playoffs. I don't think it was the best we played, but I think the better team won that night. And just sometimes that's just the way it is. I wish we could have done a little bit better at the plate. But when you haven't been to the playoffs in 12 years, it's kind of hard for me to get disappointed. But I want them to understand, there's a new expectation with this program as well. Not only with the varsity, but with the JV. I think the program is headed in the right direction after some lean years. You guys are probably wondering why I've never lost my job in 12 years. I'm not going, but it's because the principals have come out and see our product and kind of go, oh, okay, I understand. And those girls I love, they all, did the best they could, but they just weren't as talented as this group here, as a whole. So, those things happen, when you're building new schools out in the district and you're growing. But I think now, with the help of you parents and you guys all being around and supporting your daughters, that helps. That makes them want to be out there. These girls, it's a different, some girls, a lot of these girls play tournament ball, and it's a different type of pressure when you're playing school ball, because you're not just playing in front of your mom and dad, and your coach every week. It's now you're playing in front of your friends, that cute boy in class, and that kind of stuff. And it's a different pressure that some girls don't handle very well. But all in all, this group has been great. They do a good job in and out of the classroom. It was a fun year. I don't like to talk about them individually, so I won't, because I start crying like a little girl. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna introduce them, bring them up here, and then we will go through with all the honors and stuff like that. All right, first I want to recognize our 2 managers. They did a great job for us. They for the most part go unseen, and that's a good thing. I don't think they like bringing attention to themselves, especially these 2. They like to just do their thing and move on. And the first one is Arsenio Nalor. Come on up. And Madison Vargas. Okay. And you said you put them in what kind of order? Just okay. Seniors all the way down. All right. So, there it is. Catherine Brunner. Meredith Siraj. McKenna Holloway. Tessa Woods. Taylor Gray. Izzy Allen. Bethany Fan. Caitlin Wensler. Kenna Irvin. Kaylin Lerma. Ariana Hughes. Sophia Ibanez. And Alyssa Schrock. All right, again, you know, when you have some success, people start to take notice, you know, and they award your kiddos with all district selections and that kind of stuff. I will say this, you know, at the beginning of the year was a little disappointing. Not one publication or, you know, was it Vipe or any of that, Katie Times, none of those folks even, you know, said, you know, hey, what's your outlook this year, or anything like that. And so I think these girls were overlooked, you know, and you know, it makes it a little bit more rewarding with the season they had to kind of, you know, rub it in their face a little bit with the, you know, the notoriety. And I think the coaches did a good job with the all-district selections this year, and our team was well represented. Now, the first thing I want to do is get through, okay, here we go. Honorable mention, and that is basically the kiddos were brought up by coaches to be on the all-district team, and that says a lot because this district is full of talent. And our first one, honorable mention, is Bethany Fan. Next one is right fielder Tessa Woods. And our last honorable mention is first baseman McKenna Holloway. Now we did place 3 on the second team, and again, with the group of girls that are in this district, just to make any of these teams is quite an accomplishment. And second team all-district pitcher was Ariana Hughes. Second team all-district utility player was Kaylin Lerma. And second team all-district outfield is Izzy Allen. We were blessed to have one first team all-district player, and that was Catherine Bruner. This is the part I'm really, really proud of, and that is our academic all-district. We placed 11 girls on there, and and just to give you an idea, they make A's and B. You have to make an A and B, an A or a B for the 4th and 5th 6 weeks. You can't have a C, and you can only have one C, and that's if it's in an, I guess they call it CAP now, or I call it honors class. So like if it can't be just I had a C in 2 of my honors classes, or 3 in honors, it can only be in 1 class. So in order to do this especially at Taylor High School where, they're pushed pretty hard in the classroom, is quite an achievement. And I will say this, the ones that didn't were this close. And, it's just something we talked about at the beginning of the year. Our GPA compared to some of the other GPAs in the district, it was the first time we were ever given that. They're kind of showing us, hey, this is where your team stands. And so we kind of made it. We made the girls aware of it, and they came through big time. So here are our academic all-district players. Kenna Irvin. McKenna Holloway. Maris Raj. Bethany Fan. Tessa Woods. Catherine Brunner. Caitlin Wentzler. Ariana Hughes. Taylor Gray. Izzy Allen. And Sophia Ibanez. Thought they were in that stack. Now we have our team awards, and this is usually it's a pretty easy decision, and it kind of works itself out when you're talking about what we do is an offensive, defensive, most outstanding player, and then an MVP, and then we have our Mustang Award winner. And so our offensive MVP this year was Izzy Allen. Defensive MVP, I think we all agree that it was, she kept us in every game, and that's Ariana Hughes. Our most valuable player was Catherine Brunner. Now, when we talk about the Mustang Award, it's basically, your best teammate, and we, as coaches talked about it, and we each had a different name, and, we kind of had, backed it up with what we thought, and because I'm the head coach, I was like, well, why don't we just get 3 of them? I mean, I'm not trying to play fun, fair, positive softball, but I mean, if we all believe in each one of these kids, I get to make that decision. So, I mean, I don't get the fancy pay or 401ks, but we can make decisions like that, I guess. So, but all 3 are great teammates, and I'm sure all the girls in the program agree with this, and that's Kenna Irvin, McKenna Holloway, and Sophia Ibanez. So that's it, girls. I want to thank you for a great year. I know we'll probably want you guys to get pictures up here in a second, but seniors, you're going to be missed. And but I think that you guys have laid down a foundation here that the rest of them will try to achieve here in the not only next year but the year after that. So thank you very much. Go ahead and give them a hand. Pictures. Okay, but how do you want to do pictures?
Do you want to be on?
Do you want someone standing here and some standing on the floor?
Hey, half of y'all get in here. We'll just get in front and squat. This is a 40 squat.
We got a sorority spot.
Is there room in front of the podium?